Happy Father's Day. We love you, Dad, and we want you to have good health and improve your balance and have things to do to help you stay competitive on the pickleball court and for just general functionality throughout life, throughout the day, moving around. So here are some exercises that you can do pretty much any time. Consistency is the best, and anyone who has a father with two legs can do this at any age, at any time, and really everyone should do these things to help to maintain their abilities. So just feel both feet evenly planted. Take a breath. Always good to pay attention to your breathing. You may also want to relax your shoulders if you're able to, and feel both feet evenly planted. Now, that said, focus on your feet, not your toes. So maybe you can wiggle your toes. If you can pick up and wiggle your toes a little bit, then you're planting through your entire foot. That's the soles of the feet and the heels. Toes, they're just there for fine tuning. We don't want to rely on them for balance. Okay? So, head over your heart, shoulders over your hips, hips over your heels. Notice a very slight bend in the knees, very slight, a micro bend. We just don't want to lock them straight. So just a very slight bend. This allows us to bounce a little bit. So you should feel kind of comfortable, like you're able to kind of bounce around or even start to dance, if that's what you're into. If not, it's okay. Just be able to sway a little bit with the wind whenever needed. And that being said, with both feet even, what we're going to want to do whenever you feel comfortable, you can stay here for as long as you want. You can always stay as long as you like before transitioning. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to keep it moving. Shift your weight into one leg. Okay? So when we do that, notice I'm not leaning. My head stays over my heart, my shoulders stay over my hips, and the whole torso goes for a ride over to that side. Slightly more of a bend in this knee, but we're not going to exaggerate a bend because we don't want the knee going past the toes. But just naturally, there's going to be a little more of a bend as this leg loses some of the weight and becomes a little straighter. Could be 60-40, 70-30. It doesn't have to be 100% weight in this leg just yet. We're just kind of going back and forth. So it can be great to time this with your breathing. I would suggest inhale as you come through center, exhale as you go to the other side. But you can time it however you'd like, just so that there's some intention with the movement. And just getting used to that feeling of transporting the torso side to side. We don't want to lean. We don't want to take the head off center from the heart. And you may even think of it as centering your head over your heart and over that heel that the weight is in. So you can do that 100 times, you can do it 9 times, whatever feels best until you're comfortable. However much time you have available is also something that we need to consider and work with. But again, if you can do this stuff for 5 minutes a day, it's going to be helpful, even if you just do this for 1 minute. So a good thing to go to next then would be, let's pause on one leg, whatever leg that is. Okay, so we can start to think about 100% of our weight being in that leg. So maybe the opposite heel can lift up, maybe those toes lift up. Okay, and it might feel different. As that foot completely comes off the ground, you might realize, oh, I thought I had 100% in this leg, but I didn't, and you feel that shift. What's it feel like to have 100%? Slight bend in the knee, not a huge one. We don't want to lock the leg out. It's a very slight bend. You feel those muscles working in the leg all the way down into the foot, the ankle, right? And whenever you feel like you've had enough, you continue to breathe to fuel these muscles. And when you feel like it's been about enough for you, on purpose, put that other foot down, shift into that foot, and same thing here. We're going to lift up the opposite heel, the toes, and this leg might feel different, okay, depending on whatever. Just notice that, be aware that maybe this leg's a little weaker, maybe it's a little stronger, maybe this leg doesn't lift as easily, whatever. Make your observations Stay equanimous about it, stay even keeled, just breathe, let things be as they are, observe, but keep doing the work. If you really feel like it's time to sit down though, feel free. You don't want to go into any pain, and you don't have to lift this leg either. Maybe it's not okay yet. Maybe you can only do 90% and you can't lift that leg. It's alright. But we'll go side to side as many times as you feel that you can. Come back to the center at any time, take a reset type of breath. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is come into that first leg again, and if we can take this foot up and have 100% here, let's put this foot in front, barely in front. So this heel's not even going to pass these toes. This heel is just in line with like the sole of this foot. Empty step. So there's no weight in this step. It's an empty step. Let's put that foot down. And we can transfer our weight forward on purpose to that front foot. So head over the heel until there's no weight in this back leg. So you should be able to lift that back leg just as a test. Anytime you can do that. Put it back down, empty. Transfer the weight back into the back foot. Test the front. Can you pick it up? So with that empty step, we're shifting the weight like we're on one of those conveyor belts in the airport, just moving the torso back and forth. And we can even breathe with it. Inhale forward, exhale back, whatever feels comfortable. Of course, when you're feeling complete there, bring this foot back to center, shift, and same thing here, empty step, shift it forward. Do you have an empty back foot? Can you lift it? Shift it back. So you can do all these exercises as often as you like, and of course this can evolve into the classic as we may know it in some other form, or possibly this one, the empty step. Oh, we're going to shift. Oh, we're going to put this foot in front again, and we're going to shift. Guess what? We can shift back. We can put that empty step behind us, shift it back. Put this empty step behind us. I'm just kind of conveyor belting my torso. I'm not bouncing. I'm not doing this. I'm certainly not putting my weight and my foot down at the same time. This controlled fall walk that we all tend to do because we never really learned the specifics of how to walk mechanically, appropriately. And so here it is, broken down for you as best as I can do, as quickly as I can. And it's up to you to follow this and, you know, put this on, play this if you need to. Maybe eventually you'll start to remember these concepts, and you can do this consistently, ideally every day. If you have a moment, if you're in the garden, if you're outside and you're just kind of waiting, you know, you're waiting in line at the store, you just, okay, I'm just practicing this thing. And slower is better. Just get used to that feeling and move slowly and breathe, relax your face, your upper body. And it's just a great practice for so many different reasons. So I hope you can get a lot of benefit out of that. Definitely call me if you have any questions. Anyone else seeing this, leave some questions in the comments. Feel free to reach out. And I hope everyone has a blessed Father's Day, especially you, Dad. We love you. Thanks for everything you've done. I hope you get a lot out of this. Peace.